everyone, I'm Hasmika Rakelia, your host, and we are starting Psych Talk. Well, today's Psych Talk is very special because I have special guests today in the studio with me. Today we're going to talk about the company and the website called IamINC, and I have the founder, Mr. Mike Pashkam, and Chief Marketing Advisor, Mr. Henry Artheim, with me today, and we're going to talk about what the website does, the psychology behind it. In general terms, it's a website that's going to help you achieve your goals, not just set your goals, but achieve them. There are meticulously designed ways to help you do that. Well, without further ado, let me give the microphone to my guests, who are the experts who will tell you more about the company. Well, welcome, Mr. Pashkam and Mr. Artheim. And would you tell me a little bit about the company, IamINC.biz, what it is and how the idea came about, and just generally what it does?
Thank you, Hasmik, for the warm introduction. Thank you for having us today. And let me just start very briefly explaining. IamINC is designed primarily to help people achieve their goals. And thank you for distinguishing between setting goals and achieving goals, because there are a good number of other websites that allow you to go and set your goals and monitor the progress, but we have gone a step further. In a nutshell, the entire design and the psychology behind it is as such that it would help people to achieve their goals. The idea all started in 2008. That after the financial crisis, I went to a desert island for a whole period of a month.
Wow.
And packed a little bag, told to my wife, here I'm gone. And said, well, are you coming back? I said, yes, sure, I'm coming back, so you're not going to get rid of me this easily. And at that time, I had Malcolm Gladwell's book called Outliers. And it was interesting, as I was reading the book, particularly some of the throughout the history, how things have happened and so forth. And he poses the question, do some people stars line up? Are they already lined up from the beginning or not? And that is how the whole thing started. I said, well, I don't believe in stars being lined up. Some people call it luck, or some people call it destiny, or whatever. But overall, I think it is quite a lot of it has to do with us. One believes in fate, destiny, and so forth. Not against it, I am in fate as well. But the point is that, can we actually come up with something that it will help people achieve their goals? That was the whole advent of it, and that is how it all came about.
Thank you very much. And what's the psychology behind? Because I know it's not just tests, or there's very tender psychology behind it that works with us, helping us achieve our goals. How it works, what's the psychology behind? What are the buttons that it pushes in us, facilitating our goal achieving potential?
I myself am not being a psychologist, but being in marketing, which is a field that actually relies a lot on the study of human behavior and the understanding of human behavior. One of the things that IamINC does is it makes the components of human behavior that are going to increase the possibility for someone to achieve their goals a part of the system. So, like the differentiation that Mike said, where it's goal achieving, not goal setting. Goal setting is still a singular event in an individual's life. IamINC takes that and puts it in the environment of a community or a group of people who can come around a goal setter and help them facilitate their success in achieving that goal through human interaction, whether it be encouragement for some and help in planning and thinking and strategizing by someone else, or discipline, accountability. All those factors the website brings together for an individual, so they're not just trying to will themselves into changing their behavior.
So does it mean that if I set a goal, I can invite my sister, I can invite my friend to encourage me to maintain and achieve it during a period of time?
Yes, that's exactly what the whole thing is designed. And we use what we call mentors. And by mentors, it is not necessarily as we tend to understand, the old sage and the wise in books and so forth, but anybody can be mentors. And I've often used the example of my own 11-year-old niece. I have invited her to be my mentor because I said, hey, I want to be a better uncle. So if I want to be a better uncle, what are the things that I need to do from her perspective? So she is mentoring me to become a better uncle. But and I'll just add what Henry said about your question. The other elements of the psychology behind it is, it comes down to the three components. Is do I have what it takes to achieve the goal? So we call it the achievability. Do I actually believe that I can achieve this goal? It's the factor of believability. And then, am I committed enough? Do I have enough convictions to achieve it? And we are calling that accountability. So if we were to divide it, the achievability, believability, and the accountability are the key elements of the psychology behind it, that it is designed. We don't go and ask questions obviously on the website, but all of that is part of the entire structure of the website that allows people to go in and then work through and achieve their goals.
Are there any tests that are going to help me see where I am at in my believability in myself or achievability, just to make sure that I'm on the right path, or that I have to work on it a little bit more? Am I 10% in my believability in myself? Am I 20%? Are there any psychometric measurements that I can take to see where I am at on my way to achieving my goal?
Yes, indeed we have, and we call that goal achievability index. This is unique. It is not the same as the Myers-Briggs determining one's personality types, or various other analysis tools to assess one's strengths and weaknesses. We call it strength and weaknesses in action. You actually see what is happening. And we are developing that in conjunction with the Kellogg School of Management in Chicago and Professor Derek Rocker, who is a psychologist and a psychometric analyst and so forth. Together with him, we are developing this. So there are a series of statements that one can take. This is, again, this is a very new tool. It is at its developmental stages, and as users go in and take what we call the GA index, which is short for Goal Achievability Index, it will give some scores having gone through certain statements and so forth. It provides some scoring, and it also provides what we're calling it 3 buckets. The scoring ranges from, let's say, if you score over 90%, and what it is emerging gradually, that there are people with specific behavioral biases and patterns that they tend to achieve the goals that they set 90% of the time, or 90+% of the time. On the other side of the spectrum, there are people who set goals and they achieve less than 50% of the time. And that comes down to, again, can I actually achieve that goal? Is the believability element of it. And then the achievability. Let me give you an example. And I use that in my class when I teach at UC Riverside in the strategic management. And I said, look, I'm 5'6", and 2 years ago I applied to Chicago Bulls because Mike Jordan retired. And they wouldn't take me. I said, guess what? Everybody starts laughing in the class. Well, you must be nuts to apply. I said, yes. Just because I believe I can do it, but do I actually have what it takes to do it? So these are the elements that come into play that help individuals to better understand. So do I have what it takes? So one of the buckets is one needs to be realistic of one's own assets in order to better understand. Then, okay, if my asset, whether I'm 6'4" or I'm 5'6" or whatever, how well am I leveraging those assets in order to achieve a goal? And having leveraged the assets that I have, what is the outcome? Am I actually leveraging it the right way? Or am I actually leveraging it that I need some mentors to help me to do it? Or I need to better understand myself, how to do it, and so forth. So we have got these tools, we are constantly building it, we are adding all of that. It is going to be very helpful for individuals to achieve their goals.
Exactly. And one thing, if I have more than one goal, for a period of time, let's say for upcoming 6 months, I have 3 goals ahead of me. Can I put all 3 of them in, or how many goals that I have, or should I do one goal at a time, achieve one and then move on to the other? Or can I just put all of my goals in, and the site and the calculations and the maintenance of my behavior is going to help me to achieve all of them, or just one at a time? How should I do it?
No, I think well, the system allows you to set as many as you feel you can achieve simultaneously, and again, that's one of the parts that's nice, right? We don't live our lives linearly. We have lots of things going on. We're succeeding in one area, we're not succeeding in another. One part of our life is easy, another part is difficult. The site mimics that, so you could have 5 sets of goals by having different sets of individuals that you have asked to join you in that particular journey. Then you're going to be getting real feedback. That'll seem very natural, much like real life does. So you'll be getting daily feedback for the goal that requires daily action. You'll be getting weekly feedback or monthly or whatever pattern you need. And then as you go, you'll be monitoring yourself. You know, what was the achievability of doing 3 goals at a time? Even that will be a learning process, and your friends and mentors will be able to help you through that.
And if I let's say forget to complete my goal for the week, and I'm trying to slip it under the carpet, what's going to happen then?
Well, hopefully your mentors will remind you if you've signed up to have mentors, but the system itself will send you a gentle email saying, you know, we're sure you're busy, you have a lot going on, in a very gentle manner, and remind you that you've passed a deadline and that, you know, stick with it, you can do it, and it'll continue to do that until you take some action.
So there's no going back.
Right.
No way around it, which is the best thing about it.
Unless you can invent a time machine and go back.
Exactly, true.
Well, it's not going to happen in my lifetime.
No.
Once you start, it's a commodity, the most precious commodity we all have.
Exactly.
You simply cannot turn it back.
We just have
you set a goal, you start, here it is, and it has already started. So put in all your goals, which is better, and then you can see actually what is happening throughout your life. You're basically mapping your entire life as you're going through it. Ultimately it consists of various goals, whether it is a simple goal, you're going out over for the weekend, or starting a family, doing a PhD, or anything. All of it is just different steps, different sizes of goals that we have throughout the course of our lives.
So basically it may sound corny, but taking a responsibility for your own life, for your own goals, and by taking responsibility for your own goals, you take responsibility for your own life, consequently making a difference for yourself, and why not people around you.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And why it is called IamINC? Why not achieve your goals or something like that? Why IamINC? And what is IamINC?
The way that the whole concept and everything evolved was as a result of the advances made by the social networking. As things started to evolve, the Facebook, LinkedIn, MySpace and so forth, which they have done fabulous service, and they continue to do it, of course, superb websites. There was this element of the need, okay, if I'm part of Facebook, I'm a part of this huge metropolis. I exchange messages with individuals, I get to know some people, what they are doing and so forth. But then the question was, how can I leverage all these connections and the contacts they have to do something for myself, but limit it with specific individuals, as we do in real life. You have your own set of group of friends, school, doing your PhD, you go out with them, you achieve certain goals. With other set of friends, maybe you go and start your own business. We don't sort of just have fun. So can I actually create these communities digitally that are specific to what I want, but in a fashion that one can also leverage the network and their knowledge. Now, if one can translate this digitally and then across, you can have a friend, you could be sitting in LA as we are now, a friend in New York, a friend in Shanghai, perhaps another one in London. But you have created that community that they are connected and networked intelligently. That's what we call intelligently networked communities. That's what the INC stands for. And the I am member of that intelligently networked communities. So you create these communities, you become a member of each community, with one community to achieve specific goals, with another community to achieve specific goals, and so on.
Well, so there are people who encourage you, so you're not alone in this journey. There are people who encourage you to achieve your goals and to reach your full potential, and you can do the same for them. So actually you're responsible now for achieving your goals, not only for yourself, because so many people are quote-unquote watching you and cheering for you and helping you. That's really
absolutely.